Hello everybody and welcome back to the West Ham Network. I'm live on YouTube, Facebook and of course TikTok. Hope you are keeping safe and well as per usual. Now there's been lots of interesting stuff coming out tonight. We're going to address some of it. I'm not going to stay on long again. It's a late night chat. We've got a busy day tomorrow ahead of the game against Sunderland at home at the London Stadium. Massive game for West Ham. Can we do 3 on the bounce? Who knows? But if you are watching, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, hit the follow, leave your comments. I'll read them out. I'm not going to have any guests. Please don't be offended if people want to join. But we'll get through some of the information that's coming out from West Ham tonight. And there's lots coming out. It's non-stop. It's relentless. I don't know if actually anyone's seen the post that we put out on social media over the past few hours, which was in relation to the Paqueta situation. And it's a little bit like the 𝗥𝗢𝗏𝗥𝗚𝗨𝗘𝗥. And the example was that over the space of a day, between West Ham Flamengo, the club, the agents, the social media accounts, everyone is saying something completely different. And it's chopping and changing every single day. So it's quite a funny post, actually, if you look at the timelines. It's taking the piss out of the timelines, to be honest with you. But yeah, we'll wait and see what actually happens. So for anyone that's new around here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Please hit the thumbs up. And leave a comment. And of course, on TikTok, hit the follow. Now, first up for you, 2 pieces of story. Two stories tonight before we come into the game. 𝗟𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗟, good friend of the channel, best friends of 𝗟𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗥, tonight has actually said in the last few hours Valencia managed to sign one of those players that any changing room needs. He goes on and he says, World Cup winner Guido Rodriguez, wanted by many included Juventus and Espanyol, is a new 𝗟. He's on his way to Valencia after rescinding his contract with West Ham, which was due to expire this summer. There's 5 months left to help the club reach the season target, stay in the first division. So 𝗟𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗏𝗥 is saying that 100% he is that confident that Rodriguez is leaving the club. So that's interesting, considering the other day we were told he wasn't leaving the club and he was going to stay with West Ham until the end of the season. So, who knows? Who knows what is going on? Let me know your thoughts here. I'll come on to the comment you made about Traore and 𝗟𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗏. Good to see you. If you're all new around here, personally, I think we'll draw with you 2 each. A Desmond with you tomorrow. Hope you have picked up some form. I'm not going tomorrow, unfortunately. I gave up my season ticket this year. Adama Traore. You look like a Millwall fan, Papi. What do you look like, mate? Oh my days, man. Oh my days. Iron Discipline's in the house. Good to see you. Then next up for you this evening is the story coming out from... Now let me just explain who this story... Alright, okay, I get that point now. Matteo Moretto, who's part of Fabrizio Romano's team, has came out and said he's the one that earlier on in the year, in the week, broke the news about Guido Rodriguez going to Valencia. And he's also spoken out again tonight, saying Guido Rodriguez will not be included in the squad for the match between West Ham and Sunderland. The plan is for him to terminate his contract with the English club, as we exclusively reported. Valencia awaits for him. So it looks like he is off to Valencia. That's several sources now coming out with regards to that story. On top of that, earlier on tonight, just a few bits ago, he's also stated that Adama Traore to West Ham is done. Adama Traore to West Ham is done. So if you're watching, put it in the comments and let me know your thoughts on that as I jump through some of your comments just now. Where are we? God. There's loads of comments kicking around here. Would you start Wilson over? No, I wouldn't. to be honest with you, I think Wilson's going to offer us. The question I've been asked is, would I start Wilson for the game tomorrow against Sunderland? And to be honest with you, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. I think having him as an option coming off the bench, and the difference between West Ham having him coming off the bench earlier really can play into our hands, 100%. Where are we? People talking about Somerville. What's your new signings like? We'll come on to them in a minute, though. Listen, I'm going to talk about Traore for a second, right? So Adama Traore, I've said this all the time. I am okay with it within reason. Now, as long as the deal is in favour of West Ham and not heavy in favour of the player, so we're not paying over the odds, because we have been doing that for years with our signings, then I'm okay with the signing. I think he offers, if fit and can be fit, and again, if it's heavily swayed onto the side of the West Ham squad and West Ham and not in favour of the player, then I think it's an option. And to be honest with you, having him as either a backup option or in the squad, does that advance our squad in that position? I think it does compared to where it is, and especially if we've got a few players heading out the door this side of the window. Am I enamoured by the signing of Adama Traore? Possibly not on paper, but is he a warrior, and is he capable of being a warrior for West Ham when we need warriors? Then absolutely. And there's a huge spider just came right across. Holy shit, that was huge. Wow. I actually got the fright of my life, but I'll be back in a second because I need to get something to clean that up. That is mental. And there we go. I'm back. That was mental. That was mental. Let's not talk about that again. People need to realise Antonio was still defying logic at 32-33. Adama is 29. Play him up top from Damien. Interesting point of view. Is that a picture of Adama Traore and Antonio in that profile picture, Damien? Yes, Troz, there was. 2 up, 2 down. We need to sort out that defence. 100%. 100%, mate. Where's all the comments here? Rob says Adama is useless. Let's invest in a good centre-back to keep us up. I don't deny we're going to be in the market for a centre-back. We absolutely need centre-backs. When you look through our team, it's clear that that's the area where we need to definitely start to strengthen. I think we will, but listen, here's the question for you. Are you going to pay 30 million euros for Charlie Cresswell? So that's the question I'm asking you on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Are we paying 30 million euros? Or would you pay 30 million euros for Charlie Cresswell? There's your question. About time Nuno opened his mouth. He's a statue. Yo, a West Ham fan from Archie. Good to see you, my friend. Next season's gone to Flamengo. Score predictions for tomorrow. Oh, that's a good question, isn't it? It's a good question. What's my score predictions for tomorrow? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say my score predictions, but I'll ask you what your score predictions are. Big John 820, Scottish West Ham fan. You are right, mate. You are right. Sully has 30 million, so why not drop it? Yeah, but I'm all for dropping money, right? But is Charlie Cresswell €30 million defender? I don't know. I genuinely, I've seen him and I rate him and I think he's what West Ham need. But I think then there's a case for people taking the mick in the modern market. I don't know. I wonder if I feel like that possibly is. Fletcher says I have a shirt signed by Jeff first. That's cool. Don't have a Scottish team. Big John's asked me what my Scottish football team is. I don't have a Scottish team, mate. I've only ever but supported West Ham. Archie Dodson saying 2-1 West Ham. Ellis is saying West Ham 5, Sunderland 0. Could you imagine? Jesus Christ. From our perspective, Is it best to let Paqueta go? Yeah, see the Paqueta situation. I'm done, man. Like, we can't be held over a barrel, and we can't expect to be taken for a ride, which is what's currently happening, right, from player and club. But for me, with everything that's gone on, with everything that has gone on at West Ham, to potentially accept 40 million quid with everything that's gone on with Paqueta and West Ham, I think that's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer, and I don't know why West Ham are maybe negotiating for an extra... Is it an extra 5 million quid? Is that what they're trying to negotiate for? It's not for me, man. It's time to move on. We need to sell Paqueta and invest in the money, 100%. I completely agree with you. 3-1 West Ham and Bowen to score any time from 𝗥𝗡𝗎𝗧𝗘. Terry is saying, will he keep us in the Prem? I think Traore definitely makes our squad better than what it is. And we're going to need players that are going to come in and want to prove a point and fight. Alex Summer is saying, hi mate, Burnley fan here, so hope both of us stay up this season. Don't see it happening for Burnley though. I don't know, mate. Apparently the rumour is that Burnley are about to sign James Ward-Prowse, taking on all the wages of JWP, and I tell you what, that's a bit of a shrewd piece of business if you do. Lots of West Ham fans saying that maybe JWP was harshly treated. Who knows? It's Flamengo that are negotiating because they don't have funds for a big lump sum. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Pappy, he ain't travelling from Scotland every match. Well, Pappy, I'll have you know I used to. Mate. Let's have a little look at you, Pappy. Let's see what you're saying. No, I did. I used to travel. I gave up my season ticket after 16 years season ticket holder, I think it was. I can't remember if it was 16 years, something like that. Gave it up this season. I know we need a top striker. I don't deny. I think we do need a top striker at some point in the coming year. Like, it depends. Listen, if we go down, we're going to need a striker. If we stay up, we're going to need a striker. Simple as, isn't it? Really. John says he thinks we're going to get beat 3-0. I don't really want to talk about Barcelona. I think we need a solid keeper. I heard the rumour about JWP calling Nuno Baldy at his time in Nottingham Forest. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how we would know how true that would be, but yeah. Rachel Ellen is saying, wow, long commute to a game. It was, but I made it work. You know. I could, and you could do it in a day as well. From where I live in Scotland, you could do it in a day. Now, I never used to pre-kids. I've got 3 kids, so prior to that, I would go down and stay down there and have friends and stuff like that. But what's this? It's a bit embarrassing how West Ham fans do this after every comment. I don't know. What is Matters? What's the story on supporting West Ham? I've got people on YouTube that maybe know that story, but maybe people on TikTok that don't. If you go down from John, you're definitely going down. Cheers, mate. Well, Philip Murphy says, we won't go down, Nuno will save us. And here's another point for you. Like, and I've asked people as well about the 30 million euros for Charlie Creswell, and I'm trying to see what the comment is. Damien says, shouldn't sell to Burnley. I agree. I don't think we should advance or make our relegation rival stronger, especially with one of our players. I'm also massively disappointed in Paqueta's situation, to be honest with you, because I genuinely thought he was going to leave on good terms, and I feel like all this is doing, because you know what, see if West Ham don't sell him, how does he find his way back into this squad? He's made it crystal clear through indirect means that he doesn't want to be at West Ham anymore. Huge game tomorrow. Hopefully we win and Forest lose. Yeah, that would be huge, man. That would be us breaking the point. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. See if you're watching on TikTok. I think you've got the hearts. Tap those hearts. Tap those likes on those hearts. Rose is asking what I reckon about Bowen's future. Listen, that's a great question, and to be honest with you, I genuinely think West Ham have no. I mean, how could we stop him from leaving? And I do not and would not question him leaving West Ham. People might think that's a bit of an odd one, but he's given us everything, and at his point of the career and the way football is, we have to be realistic. Football isn't the way it once used to be. It's really not. Nuno was told upon arrival to get rid of JWP. The club knew it would get the fans on side. Now they're trying to make it easier to swallow the Baldy story. Hoping for a 3-0 vengeance time. Archie says, personally, I think Bowen will stay because of how loyal he's been and how classy he's been. To be honest with you, Archie, I'm not 100% sure he will. If we go down, I don't think he'll stay. If we stay up, I'm not 100% sure he'll stay either, to be honest with you. Not at the time of his career, especially if he doesn't get into the World Cup squad. Fuck me, if he doesn't get into the World Cup squad, that's not great. Nuno has to look at the front three of Somerville, left wing, Adama and Bowen. Come on, West Ham. We got to beat Sunderland tomorrow from Daz. Niall, where in Scotland are you from? I'm from a place called Ayrshire in Scotland. Thomas says, screw Paqueta. Let me see. Let's go for Sunderland game tomorrow. I can't do my predictions, man. I can't do it. But I'm asking you if you put your predictions in. Wait, Niall, where are you from, mate? If we stay up, then I think he will stay. I don't know, mate. It depends. It totally depends. It totally depends on loads of things. It totally depends on what West Ham from the back end of the like the ownership, etc., are going to do. I love the idea of frame shirts. Thank you very much. Had a little play around with it all today as well, so I just need to sort out the lighting and that would be perfect. Jonathan says, come on you Irons. Jonathan, Irons, 2-0 to the Hammers. People keep asking for the predictions. Let's see what Irons Disciple says. What's up with our star players getting flogged in the news in talks with a team A when it comes to players that are actually doing better than most? I think this is just the way the West Ham are going to be, especially under our ownership. But to be honest with you, West Ham have never been able to deal with egos. I always think about like Javier Hernandez. Like, see, when you get players like Javier Hernandez, they don't expect to come to West Ham and sit on the bench. Felipe Anderson's all that type of player, all that level of player, don't expect to come to clubs like West Ham and sit on the bench. And it's an ego, and it is, but that's just the way the football is. It's taken me years to really fully understand that, but these players, there's very few and far between players that you can find that really care about the shirt. Really care about the shirt. And I don't think there's many. On the transfers, a lot of paper talk. Do you think Summerville is going to Tottenham? I do not. Of course he's not bloody doing it. Is that a spider on your wall? It probably is. And you're going to make me jump. I'm going to look as well. So if you've caught me out, I'm going to look. But it probably is. But there was a spider a second ago on my table, and I myself literally. But anyway, no, Summerville ain't going to Spurs. On the transfers, a lot of paper talk. There is. What have West Ham ever achieved? Did you see the Matteo Moretto news about Guido Rodriguez and Adama Traore? Yes. Adama Traore to West Ham is done, is what he's saying, and Guido Rodriguez to Valencia is also done. Apparently, Guido Rodriguez is going to be terminating his contract with West Ham. That's what's making that story even more interesting. With that as well. Yo, bro, question is just the photo frames with the top. Yo, bro, question is that just photo frames with tops in? Yes, it is. But when you're doing streams like this, some of the tops can't have the glass in it, so I can actually feel the top. But the ones at the top do have glass in it, so it depends if you're watching on YouTube and depends on the camera angle, etc. as well. I don't know what to think of Adama Traore. He's like Antonio, but can't stop. I do think I do think Adama Traore adds value to our squad, to be honest with you. So I'm all for Adama Traore coming to West Ham. See, as long as he's fit and it's not like a crazy deal for West Ham, and it pays dividends. Let me see here. Like loads of people now are reporting on the Rodriguez story. Let me just double check here. Yeah. Oh, it looks like Adama Traore is going to be done in the next 24 hours. Let me just double check here what's happening. Yep, all looks like it's happening. So we're expecting Guido to head out the door and Adama Traore coming in the door. And I honestly, I'm okay with that. And someone's asked me what I think of the Guido Rodriguez sale or getting rid of him. I am totally fine with Guido going out the door. I know I seen some fans saying like if they think he's a real quality player, and there probably is in him, but his legs are so slow, man. He's not for Premier League football. He's really not. Damien says Adama is more explosive than Antonio. I think he is. I think he's definitely got that pace and that strength, and he can. You know, we had with Antonio beast mode element, and we've lost that since we've lost him. Just trying to see if... I know, I thought Valencia were doing something there, but they haven't. Let me have a look here. Let me have a look here. Let me just keep having a look here. No, it's not. He was good at Wolves. West Ham stay up from Ramazan. West Ham 3, Sunderland 0. Why did 𝗟𝗚𝗪𝗏 not get Team of the Year? 𝗟𝗚𝗪𝗏 has been a disaster. Yeah, I just bought a proper signed Canio, but thinking on just buying the tops and framing myself. Yeah. This room's going to get decorated properly, so I'll advance it as time goes on, but I haven't done anything with that yet. Philip Murphy says, we just have to win tomorrow. It's not rocket science, 100%, mate. Damien says, do people actually understand how much difference Antonio made to this side? I think they do, mate. I really do. It's just that Antonio is now not capable. Post-accident, he's not been able to capable. That's why he's not getting a contract anywhere. But maybe that's, West Ham trying to reinvent the wheel with Adama Traore. Do West Ham honestly win tomorrow? Who knows? Fingers crossed we do. West Ham stay up. When did Adama last start a game? Well, I don't know about starting a game, but I know he has been playing. But I'll tell you that answer now in terms of Adama Traore. If you give me 2 ticks. Where are we? There we are. So he's played 15. View full stats. He's played 15 games this season. And the first game... where are we? Here. I don't know what that is there. Did he start that one? Or did he come on as a sub? I think he subbed. Yeah, he's not started. What does this say here? Minutes played. Aston Villa. Right, so he started for the game against Aston Villa in September. Newcastle in October. So Newcastle in October was the last time he actually started a game. Let me read you some of his stats. God, there's so much bloody things here. Right. Adama Traore's stats at Wolves. 194 games, 14 goals, 20 assists. Fulham, 79 games, 4 goals, 13 assists. Should be nice and fresh then. Antonio is a good player. I think, seriously, was a good player, but not anymore. I think he's gone. Let me see what everyone's saying on TikTok here. What's the prediction for tomorrow's game? I'm not giving my prediction. Do West Ham honestly win tomorrow? But anyway, news coming out of West Ham tonight and all the mainstream media is that Guido Rodriguez is 𝗟𝗟𝗧𝗘 to Valencia, back to Spain, where he wanted to go. And it looks like his contract's going to be terminated at West Ham, so he can do the deal and join Valencia. And Adama Traore is coming to West Ham. How did we sign Traore? Apparently we've signed Traore. According to sources, we have signed Traore. So there it is. There's my late night live chat with you. Join us tomorrow. We are going live pretty much all morning, going into the afternoon. We'll have matchday live matchday morning live from the London Stadium. Join us then on YouTube. We'll have the predicted 11 team news coming out. And then we'll go live, I think, around about 10 past 11 in the morning. So join us for that all the way through the matchday commentary. What's this here? All the way through the commentary for the game. What is... and then after the game. After the game. Antonio, I think, may agree, was beast mode in his day. Got to see him in the flesh under Lop, and he was larger than life. Nicest dude to meet, and seeing him score was a highlight of my life. Absolutely. Right. What is it here? News going around Sunderland Twitter that Xhaka has picked up an injury, by the way. May be interesting because he's been a brilliant signing for you guys, and I didn't massively highly rate him at all, if I'm being honest with you, and I don't mind to be proven wrong. So it is what it is. Anyway, everyone, much love. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go to bed and take it easy. Irons.